and everything all right. If you ain't looking for no man, you single and celibate if you serve Christ. And if you ain't looking for no woman, brother, you single and celibate in Christ. You're not running around sleeping on, no, I don't want no wife. But you out here every now and again dipping and dealing with a woman when you shouldn't be. Because God will not be mocked. He will not be mocked. So what we're going to do here is this. 1 Corinthians 7, starting at verse 32 when you got it, bro.
But I will have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried, care for the things that belong to the Lord, how he may please the Lord. But he that is married, cared for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife.
Right. Now, wait, well, go ahead.
There is difference also between a wife and a virgin.
Okay, let's start there. Brothers and sisters, this is Paul speaking in wisdom. And Paul tell you at the end of this chapter, let's look what he say here. Skip down and read verse 40 right quick of chapter 7.
But she is happier if she so abide after my judgment. And I think also that I have the Spirit of God.
So we're dealing with an apostle here who telling you, I believe I got the Spirit of God. So he even give commandments where he say, this is a commandment from me. This is not from the Lord. But I'm giving a judgment as I'm in apostleship and I'm watching and judging life and what I see going on between the male and the female. So male, female, if y'all can stand this, it might be better for y'all because it seems to be a lot of trouble because of the wickedness of man and woman's flesh. But here, the brother read it and he said, I would have you without carefulness. He that is not married, care for the things that belong to God, how he may please the Lord. So the time and the dedication he will put into a woman, if he had one, God get all that time and all that brain space for a man to concentrate on how to serve God. Just delve deep into the ministry. Ain't no kids around to worry about. Ain't no wife around to worry about. This man is totally dedicated to God. Now we're talking about a man who is single and he serveth the Most High, right? His thought is always how he can please God. But the man that is married care for the things of the world. What do he mean? Is he saying that is worldly or carnal or evil to be married? No. What he's saying is that basically that's a thing of the world. See, that goes into the realm of flesh. The man who don't have that extra flesh, he actually could concentrate more on the spiritual thing of the Most High. But the man who has a wife, he got to give time to both. So he find himself having to give a lot of time to dwelling on the worldly things. Now I got to think about making sure that we both are clothed. If we got children, the children have to eat. We have to have a home. A cat can be homeless by himself and it'd be difficult, but he by himself. But imagine being homeless and you got a wife and your children with you. That's a whole nother kind of stress, ain't it? Mm-hmm. So the cares of the world are upon a man who find himself in a position of having a wife. Whether it's a bad or a good thing depends on who the people are and how and what their particular marriage is. But Paul just making a statement here. Now go ahead and read verse 34.
There is difference also between a wife and a virgin. The unmarried woman cared for the things of the Lord, that she may be holy both in body and in spirit. But she that is married cared for the things of the world, how she may please her husband.
How she may please her husband. This is the thing. I mean, I don't care what you say. A woman, and I ain't saying that single women do it, but it's just things that a woman, she's married, she cared for. She want to be attractive to her husband. I mean, anybody would be lying to you if they tell you that, oh, my marriage is just totally spiritual and I don't care what my wife look like. She don't care what I look like. And this is, wait, hold on now. Hold on. So if you just, or she just don't wash herself at all, you don't care, huh? You don't care?
You don't care.
Brother just come in, ain't changed his socks in 3 weeks. Every time he take off his shoe, it's just like the shoe is peeling off his foot. It's like dirt build up on the sock. It's like he got a sole on the bottom of the sock, a black sole on the bottom of the sock. I mean, this is just how messed up. Women don't care, huh? No, that's my husband. I love him. I don't care. That's a worldly thing. Keeping yourself clean and kept up for the flesh's sake and making sure that, you smell decent. That's a thing of the flesh. I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with it, but it got something to do with your body. Your body is in the world. It got something to do with that. A woman want to spend time with her husband. You know what I'm saying? So I could imagine the wives of Aaron and the brothers who had to go pull 3-month shifts on the temple precincts. It ain't like they was on the temple precinct sleeping with their women. These sisters had to go 3 months without their Levite husbands whenever their course came up. So these sisters, what do you think she want his time devoted to when he show back up home? You've been gone for 3 months. I ain't got nothing to say about it. That's what the Lord called upon you. But when you get home, I don't want to hear about, oh, your brothers from Dan want to go out tonight. No. Ain't none of that. I need your time. I need your attention. God got attention. I need attention too. So this is what he's talking about. Now, go ahead, brother, and continue.
Verse 35. And this I speak for your own profit, not that I may cast a snare upon you, but for that which is comely, and that ye may attend upon the Lord without distraction.
So what Paul is saying is, I'm not speaking against marriage, but when you have a husband or a wife, it's things that are going to happen because you have to do your duty to this person that will distract you sometimes from what you have to do in the Lord. You understand? So basically, when it comes down to it, you can be, how do you say it? You can be alone and totally concentrated on God, or you can be attached to a mate, and now you praying to the Most High to give you the balance where, Lord, I'm not just not thinking about you or not doing your business, but at the same time, you're allowing me to make sure that I'm a good wife to my husband and a good mother to my babies. Why they ain't say it about children? See, don't get caught up in the marriage thing here, because what Paul is telling you is that marriage bring forth children as well. What about a woman who got 4 or 5 kids? God forbid, what if her husband die off and she alone with her kids? Is she just going to be able to serve God and be at the church and do it and go on every trip and every missionary mission that she want? Or do she everything always constitute around, oh, I got to make sure I got somebody to watch the kids. Oh, I got to bring the kids with me. Ooh, sister, no, I can't come because I don't feel like dragging the kids. Come on. So he ain't speaking against children here. He's not speaking against husband and wife either, but he's just saying, I know the advantage of being alone.
Right.
You see what Paul did? Can you imagine Paul having some woman waiting for him back in Caesarea, where he originally lived somewhere? Can you imagine that? Paul been gone for 2 years and his wife ain't seen him because he had got caught in the shipwreck. Then he got caught up in Jerusalem. I thought he was coming home next month, and he done got sent to Rome. Can you imagine that? So this is what Paul's saying. He understood the life he lived and understood that not having a wife gave him more freedom to serve the Lord than if he had one. So now what we're going to do is we're going to say, let's go to 2 Corinthians 11. Now, this is just me setting it up. Paul is saying the unmarried woman has an advantage over her sister who married, and sometimes that sister who married have to concentrate on her husband and her children. So she have an advantage, but that don't mean that every woman who unmarried is using that advantage either. That's not what I'm saying either. But if you're not, then you should be careful, sister, and you should think, hold on. If you got a sister who married neck and neck with you on everything she doing in the congregation, and you ain't got no kids and no husband, and you just barely doing what that sister doing, you need to bethink yourself, because that woman with a husband, with children, is still doing a lot for the people. And you ain't got none of that responsibility, and you hardly around for anything? You hardly dependable for anything? And we had sisters who were around here for a time who had no husbands. And they was the last ones to pop up and do anything. How is this? And the same thing for the unmarried brothers. Some brothers around not married. And they the last ones you